Hello guys, it's your boy KP. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be reviewing Arsenal's 23-24 season, giving out my Player of the Year awards, my season awards, and just a few comments on, how I feel. If you're new or you're returning or you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. I'm almost at 400 subs. Smash the like button down below and comment down below your thoughts and your feelings overall. And if you want to hate, slash the hate inside the comments. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Sad end to the season. We got a win against against Everton at the Emirates. A last minute goal from Kai Havertz, albeit City kind of giving us hope, but obviously West Ham trying. Obviously that kudos with a kick, but falling short to not winning the title. Obviously City winning 3-1, Arsenal winning the game, but obviously losing by 2 points. And another season where we challenged and pushed hard, even better than last season, but obviously we fall short of our targets. I was quite confident and wishing for us to win the league this year. But, credit to Man City. They're the best team in the land. They've been for a long time and they've shown us, obviously, with 4 in a row. Hopefully, Arsenal can come back next season. And I'm going to put my hand on the line and say I think we're going to win the league next season. Injuries go our way. The window goes our way. And I think the chip is coming home, especially if we rectified the results that we dropped points in this season. But I just want to come on this video, give my Player of the Year, my Player of the Season, talk about my goal of the season, my performance of the season, my game of the season, and just surprise performance, little shout outs to certain players that maybe we didn't expect how the season went, and just give them a comment. But yeah, my player of the year, specifically Arsenal. So obviously if you're not an Arsenal fan or you're expecting Premier League player of the season, it ain't gonna happen here. But yeah, my candidates and my nominations for player of the year this year obviously are Rice, Saka, Saliba, Gabriel and Odegaard. I think each of them have been outstanding, let alone obviously big shout out to Ben White and big shout out to Kai Havertz as well. I think they've been great this season. Obviously David Raya also, but I feel like the 5 players I mentioned have just been a different level to the rest. Obviously Saka hasn't, well, I wouldn't say he had his most scintillating season. I feel like performance and not impact wise, but in terms of just watching him during the game. Last season he had more impactful moments during games, but his output was actually crazy. I think it was 20 goals and 14 assists in all competitions this season. That's 34 goal contributions, which is just crazy. I think it was better than his season last season, so I'm just happy to see him. He was inevitable, our top scorer in the Premier League, our best attacker. You saw on the last day of the season when he wasn't there, and games where he wasn't there, despite us winning, there was just a lack of fluidity, a lack of inevitability. You can see how many teams plan for him, how many teams try to stop him, and that's just the respect to the player he is. I feel like in the first half of the season, he carried us a lot, and in the running, he was very, very pivotal. I feel like big shout out to Saka, Saliba and Gabriel, same reasons. Obviously, both monstrous defenders. Obviously, one uses calmness and quality, the other one is aggressive, controlled aggression, and Gabriel's come a long way this season. Obviously, to be one of our players of the season is great. Our defensive record speaks none of the fact to the way these guys have played. Obviously Saliba, man of the match at Anfield, Etihad and Old Trafford is no small feat. Odegaard, I feel like beginning of the season he wasn't up to his levels he was last season, but I think from December, I remember the Brighton game when we won 2-0, from that game onwards, and obviously he's just been going up a level, and I feel like in 2024 he was probably the best player or one of the best players in the Prem. Obviously the numbers say so, his performances, his influence on our team, on both sides of the ball was there, and as a captain he led us and he's going to continue to lead us, obviously hopefully lead us to a title. Big shout out to him. And obviously last but not least, Declan Rice came in for 105 million, bargain. Not one fan, not one hater, media pundit has mentioned his price tag, and that's because since the beginning of the season he's been producing performance after performance after performance. Obviously towards the end of the run, probably a bit tired because he's been playing every game, but he's quality. And I'll probably it's hard to pick this player of the season. I feel like Declan Rice has been on another level. He's taken us to another level, especially in that midfield, especially not featuring Partey, playing in the midfield, basically just Odegaard and Havertz for the beginning part, Jorginho in and out, and obviously Partey towards the end. But my player of the year, I'm going to give it to Saliba. I think he's been quality beyond quality. Obviously playing every game in the Premier League, every game and every minute in the Premier League is no small feat. I think it's been, I don't know the last player that done that for Arsenal, I don't have the stat at head, but he's just quality, man, and we need to value him so much. I feel like yes, Gabriel and Rice So Gabriel and Rice around him obviously also add to the defense, but I feel like he's the main influence, the main cog, man. Like, take him out, I think we don't have players in our squad that can give us that same confidence, that same solidity. So yeah, Saliba's my player of the year, but big shout out to the rest. My goal of the season, my nominations for goal of the season obviously are the Saka's goal against Forest, that top bins goal, Eddie's goal against Sheffield United, I think his third goal to seal the hat trick, that long range strike, Rice's curler against Chelsea, the away game that got us back into the game, and obviously his goal against West Ham as well, similar type of goal, the sixth goal I think it was, sixth goal, maybe fifth goal, crazy goal. And then obviously Trossard versus Wolves, which was obviously a lovely finish. Might look like it wasn't intentional, but I'd feel like it was. But these are all great finishes in my opinion. Obviously Rice's one against Chelsea was just lovely ball striking technique, and Rice's one against West Ham, to be fair, it was, to me, is the best goal, but I'm gonna give it to Saka against Forest because that was the first game of the season, first goal of the season. No, I think Eddie scored the first goal of the season, but that was a goal to make it 2-0. Just crazy, obviously, to see Saka start the season. Like, I feel like it will be out of our heads a lot, but I think that goal was crazy, and I feel like that's a goal that Saka could score more of. He scored a lot of those for England, and I feel like I want to see him next season do a lot of that cutting in and just smashing it to the top corner, man. Obviously, a lot will say he's taken out of Foden's book, but I think all good wingers, left or right, cut inside, that should be one of your finishes. Obviously, big shout out to Trossard's goal against Everton, the left-footed finish from, I think, assist from Saka that hit off the post. Big goal. Saka's goal against Bayern, obviously just the noise of in the first leg, just the finish where he just inevitably cut inside. It was similar to his goal against Spurs, where Havertz laid him on and he just kind of cut inside and put it into that bottom corner. It's kind of becoming his trademark. And Havertz's goal against Chelsea, the ball from Odegaard, my goodness me, I still purr over that ball to this day, and I feel Havertz done well to hold off, I think it was Correa, smash it into the top corner. And then Martinelli's goal against PSV, a goal that people forget, but if you remember, I think it was Tomiyasu that played like a first time clearance pass out wide to Martinelli, who kind of 1v1, done his fixed his man, cut inside, and put into the far corner. That was one of my favourite scores. So honourable mentions there, but my goal of the season is Saka, of course. Obviously, performance of the season. As we transition into that, my performance of the season nominees or nominations is going to be Odegaard versus Chelsea, Havertz versus Spurs, Jorginho versus Liverpool, Saliba at home, Saliba at Anfield against Liverpool, and Rice at Chelsea away. I feel like in all of those games, each of those players was so influential to us, winning, or obviously in Rice's case, away at Chelsea, getting that draw. I feel like he carried us to that draw. Odegaard against Chelsea was one of the best performances I've seen in our shirt in ages from a midfielder. Just quality, the assists, the areas he's getting into, the passes, just to create this. It was just amazing. Havertz against Spurs, he was all action, goal, assist, physical, getting the ball, controlling the ball, hold up play, buying us fouls, everything you need to from a centre forward. It was a perfect centre performance. And Saliba at Anfield, monster. Obviously, all four defenders, Gabriel, Van Dijk, I think Konate as well played that game, all could have got man of the match, all was quality, but Saliba edged it, being the youngest, being, to me, the best, as I said in my previous video. So that's quality to him. And obviously Jorginho against Liverpool at home, playing that new, advanced 8 role that we ain't seen Jorginho play before. Quality from him. Big shout out to him. I think that was a lovely performance from him. But my performance of the season, I'm going to give to Odegaard against Chelsea. I think watching that game, watching how he increased his level during that game. First half, I wanted him to kind of play more direct passes. Second half came out, he was slashing passes in behind for fun. So yeah, big shout out to him. My game of the season nominees. I have the 3-1 win against Liverpool at home, the 5-0 win against Chelsea, the 1-0 win at home against Man City earlier in the season, the 6-0 thrashing of West Ham, and the 3-0 win against Brighton. I feel like the Brighton and West Ham games was the West Ham game was in form, beating teams left, right and centre, like 5-6 goals that week, but that performance I think was complete. 4-0 at half time, quality goals. Liverpool, West Ham had no chance. Just lovely football. We continued into second half and controlled the game, and Waneri got a chance to play in that game, which was a big highlight for me. The Brighton 3-0, I think man of the match performance from Havertz, and Jorginho was quality in that game. Trossard got that chip to finish at the end. I feel like it was a controlled performance against a tough side in their ground. Obviously the 5-0 against Chelsea, and obviously it was a great performance attacking wise. We could have scored like 10-15 goals in my opinion. Then 1-0 City, finally getting over the hump, beating them at home ground. That Martinelli dagger, albeit a deflected goal, but the way we scored Havertz assist was lovely, and obviously the 3-1 Liverpool game, we actually scored Liverpool, dominated them, gave them own goal, but they had an own goal. Apart from that own goal, they didn't have no chances in the game, and we could have scored more. But yeah, in all facets of the game, we dominated them, and obviously we needed to win that game. I think it was Liverpool 5 points ahead of us, and it was like lose and go home, or lose and the title was done, and we won. And obviously, you know how the season ended up going. So yeah, that's going to be my game of the season, that 3-1 Liverpool game. I think that was a lovely performance from us. But yeah, man, I remember these games. Obviously, we build from this. And obviously, my surprise performer of the season, obviously, I've got a few players here. Obviously, Havertz, obviously, considering the discourse around him when we first signed him, and, you know, when he was being used in the midfield. Same thing with Raya. Obviously, everyone loves Ramsdale. I loved Ramsdale, but I already could see Raya's better keeper. But obviously, for the discourse, obviously, people were thinking, why did we buy a new keeper when they can buy this position, that position? The first couple of games, he was a bit shaky. Obviously, moved to a big club. But I think, obviously, being the Golden Glove winner and just oozing class and calmness to our whole team and defense is a big shout out. Obviously, Ben White, it's not really a surprise performance, but I just wanted to give him another shout out. I feel like this guy has been immense, playing through injury, as we heard halfway through the season, and his level's just been amazing. He's a centre back playing right back. Knowing that we bought a player like Timber, he probably going to play right back and increase that competition. He's basically giving Mikel, hey, Timber's there, but you're gonna have to he's gonna have to either play on the other side or school me when he plays. Because hey, big shout out to Jorginho. I feel like he's played a lot of minutes this season, a lot more minutes than we probably expected, but he's been quality, man. Anytime he's played, he's used class, bar the mistake against Spurs, which led to them getting their draw. I feel like he's just been superb this season, and obviously happy that he signed a new contract. Obviously that leadership, that quality, that calmness, as I always talk about, that calmness in the team, it helps, especially when you're going for honours where you have games that might not go your way. You need players like that. And obviously Trossard and running Havertz have been immense. Trossard has scored like a goal in every game, like so many important goals against Porto in the second leg quarterfinal, against Bayern first leg to 2-2, against Everton to 1-0 win, against Wolves a 1-0 opener, against what game am I forgetting? The Bournemouth game, did he score the opening? Like, he just scores important goals, he scores opening goals, and obviously Havertz as well. But shout out to Trossard, man. Like, he's always been a good player. I've always rated him, but I didn't know he can get to this level, obviously, where he kept Martinelli out of the team, man. Like, you can all talk about fitness and that, but he kept Martinelli out of the team, and rightly so. So big shout out to all these players, and obviously big shout out to Mikel Arteta for, you know, getting this team to perform at the highest of levels. Obviously, as he said at the end of the season and at the end of the Everton game, he's not satisfied. We shouldn't be satisfied. We want more. We will win, and we want to win. And I just air everything he says. I feel like we will win. I feel like we want to win. I wasn't happy. It took me a couple of days to kind of get over the sadness of not winning the title. It's not even about me being a content creator or, you know, people, you know, saying, oh, you said this and that. Just more like, you know, I actually genuinely felt like we deserved it. In all the metrics, we were, you know, conceded the least goals, scored the second amount of goals in the Prem to City, but 91 goals, won 28 games, the most Arsenal's ever won in a season. And all the metrics, you know, you want to look at underlying numbers, just suit Arsenal. But ultimately, we lost 5 games, and that was obviously one of them was probably costing us. So hopefully next season we go into that rectifying those type of losses, you know, the Villa, the West Ham, the both Villas and the Fulham game, and yeah, maybe it might be an invincible season for us. You never know. I'm not saying that it's gonna be for guys clip me, but I said it might be. But I believe we're gonna win the league. I back our team, have a good summer, you know, get the right player sales, get the right players in, and yeah, man, we can be hoping for, you know, the injury gods to bless us how they kind of did with our first 11, but, you know, with everyone else in the team, especially our main players, and yeah, man, bring that league home. But yeah, that's my season review, my season awards, my player of the year. Comment down below what you think. Who's your player of the year, your season awards, game of the season, goal of the season, moment of the season, performance of the season. And yeah, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said in this video, leave it in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, road to 400. I will be dropping a lot of transfer player profile videos as the summer goes along, and I will be following the Euro, so be subscribed. I will choose a team outside of England as well that I'm going to support. Your boy KP. Catch you guys on the next video.